I'm a trained woodworker and I'm a drummer. And as a woodworker and drummer, I tried to build my own first instrument. I started my company in 2014. It was the closest for me as a woodworker to build in a stave type. My first snare drum I finished end of 2013, and it was really miserable. So, but it kept me going, and this is when it started. I had no clue about drums and tone and sound, but I was very interested in music and drums in general, and my first snare drum really kind of kicked off my drum building career, and I think it was because it failed miserably. I use only local timbers out of Switzerland, out of ecological point of view, and we have everything I need to build a shell. I mean, we have the most popular woods here. We have maple, beech, cherry, walnut, we have a couple of rare species, there's plum, apple, or yew, a bit more exotic. And for me, I don't get the point of having to go to search for even more exotic woods out there, and I like where my things come from, and this is the point. I started with a stave shell, and I stayed with it because in the beginning I didn't really get I didn't get the point of a stave shell comparing with a ply shell or another shell technique. And I really got to know what it can do. And so it kind of attracted me to build not more, but better sounding shells. Yeah, one of the biggest steps in the last couple of years was probably developing my own hardware design. That's something probably every serious drum builder dreams of. And this is probably one of the turning points in my drum building career, to really build up a brand and to really become a brand eventually, because it definitely does separate you from the norm, maybe, or the aftermarket parts you can get. Probably everybody that's in a custom world started with that, but it was a commitment for me to build my own hardware design and even go a step further to produce it not in Taiwan, which is good, but I wanted to produce it in Switzerland. So that was a very important part of my drum building career so far. Well, it all starts, of course, in the workshop with an idea, and especially this model got very popular in the last 2 years. I wanted to create something for a bigger stage, and this model became my go-to snare drum in Switzerland, used by various professionals, pop, rock, and mostly for really big stages. It has a good body, but it has also a mid-punchy sound that comes from the beech and the body that comes from cherry. So it's my most popular snare model. And it's quite that thing, apparently. Another thing that was really cool for me was the work I have with Schlagram. And I asked them a couple of years back if they could make a bag for me. And they are a Swiss-based company. They all hand sew everything, and it's a huge pleasure to work with them, because every time I get an order, I can place an order with them, and I can ship out my drum with a really nice handmade snare drum bag, and that's just fantastic.